Can infinite regress rebut the cosmological argument in atheism? Have you ever wondered if the idea of infinite regress can challenge the cosmological argument from an atheist perspective? This is a fascinating topic that invites us to think critically about the nature of existence and causation. The cosmological argument suggests that everything that exists must have a cause, ultimately leading to a first cause, often identified as God. But what if that chain of causes could go on forever? Infinite regress refers to an endless series of causes that never leads to a starting point. In discussions about the cosmological argument, this concept raises important questions. Atheists argue that if an infinite regress is possible, then the need for a first cause may not be necessary at all. This challenges the very foundation of the cosmological argument. To understand this better, we need to consider two types of infinite regress: vicious and benign. A vicious regress creates logical problems, making it impossible to find a satisfactory explanation. On the other hand, a benign regress does not lead to contradictions and could exist without issues. Proponents of the cosmological argument claim that an infinite regress is vicious and therefore cannot exist, necessitating a first cause. Critics from the atheist viewpoint present several points. First, they argue that there is no inherent contradiction in an infinite chain of causes. Modern physics and cosmology do not definitively rule out the possibility of an infinite past or an endless series of events. Second, the demand for a first cause may be based on assumptions that lack empirical support. For example, the idea that everything must have a cause or that an infinite regress is impossible is not universally accepted. Third, the cosmological argument's assertion that the chain cannot be infinite is not conclusively proven. Some models of the universe suggest that infinite temporal regress or cyclical time could be possible. Lastly, the argument sometimes confuses the need for an explanation with the need for a first cause. It is conceivable that the universe itself is a brute fact that does not require further explanation. In practical terms, many atheists view infinite regress as a valid alternative to the cosmological argument. They argue that suggesting a first cause raises more questions, such as the origin or nature of that cause. This leads to special pleading, as it requires an explanation for the first cause itself. Accepting an infinite regress avoids this issue by not needing an ultimate cause outside the chain. In essence, infinite regress can serve as a strong rebuttal to the cosmological argument if it can be shown that an infinite causal chain is logically coherent. From an atheist perspective, this challenges the necessity of a first cause and highlights that the cosmological argument relies on assumptions that are not universally accepted. Thus, the discussion around infinite regress remains a significant part of debates about the cosmological argument and the existence of God.